me something off the top of your head you'll remember from this past year.
Well, in addition to that, how about another tremendous turnaround done in the Twin Cities by the Minnesota Golden Gophers? This is a team, Mike, that a year ago won 8 games. They tripled that to get to 24, all the while incorporating a lot of new players in the form of Reggie Lynch, freshman Amir Coffey. Just a really good job done there. And you also can't get away from this without talking about what Steve Peichel did in his first year and kind of laying the foundation for future success at Rutgers.
I totally agree on the Minnesota. That tripling your win total from the year before is a remarkable achievement. But one of the main reasons that got nationally passed up is because of what happened in Evanston.
Yeah.
And I think not only making the tournament is obviously one of the big stories, but let's focus about the game on Michigan. How often can you ever say you watched a program's biggest game, and when that shot was made, the biggest moment in the history of a program?
Derek Pardon will get a lot of credit, and deservedly so, for converting that. But the job Nate Taphorn did of throwing a pass in a pressure situation, let's not forget, Mike, that if that ball goes out of bounds untouched, Michigan has the ball underneath their offensive goal with less than 2 seconds to play. And I think Northwestern, the guts that it took to call that was so much on the line, because if that fails, if they go to overtime, I think they knew that Michigan had a chance to win that. Just masterful. And you saw an unleashing of emotion 80 years in the making, not just there, but across the country.
And it's funny, that amazing moment basically solidified them getting into the tournament, where the Big Ten tournament didn't necessarily matter as much for them, but lost in that was a 31-0 run that Northwestern had in a Big Ten tournament.
That's more of a
game.
marathon than a run. I mean,
That's something we won't talk about, but think about it. In the history of the league, there's never been a more dominant stretch of time in one game than what they did in that Big Ten tournament game.
Yeah, and I think that was a game that scared them, right? Because of, Rutgers had played everyone so tough, and they came out and they just executed so well. That carried over into the NCAA tournament. And this is a team, we talked about putting together some things in place that allow you to build. Chris Collins has done that, not just with the players that he has returning, but some of the infrastructure help on the way as well.
And it wasn't one moment, but the consistency that Caleb Swanigan had in West Lafayette was something that Boilermaker fans will never forget.
And in addition to what he did, I think in terms of being not just the most outstanding player, you can make a case he was the most improved player in this league as well.